Oh, Happy New Year's, AKAPADers. Right now, I'm currently in Cancun. Hey, we've been good with the pre-recorded content this year. This year, we will only get better because, holy crap, AKAPADers, the time management skills that I solidified, that I perfected, they're there. So, guys, welcome to it. Gotta get a little bit of that. We just worked out. Peter A. DeLuca here, aka Pack69, the pop culture pope, the eclectic one, coming to you from Philadelphia, PA, but known throughout Europe and the multiverse and the United States of America as the boy. But anyway, so guys, I promised to throw myself underneath the bus. I just want to get right into it. As much growth, wellness, advancement that this channel has had, as much as some of my other social media accounts have, just I think solidified a voice. I will say this, the artwork, the drawing this year, I feel like I definitely grew as an illustrator, but I failed in being consistent. And some of that, just to make excuses for myself, is me and Team AKAPAD. We shifted our focus on potentially stockpiling enough video and audio content to do 2 drops a day, and there were like some stretches where that was easy and feasible, but always towards the end of the year, when I get into fourth quarter, things just get turned upside down. And that's mostly because I have the 31 Days of Dread, which is my podcast. We do 1 horror movie a day for all of October, but that transitions into thanks Flicking, which is November, and Cinemas, which is December. All of these have different various levels of success and types of interactions from you guys, and they're, some of those are, like, for example, the 31 Days of Dread is 8 years running. We're going into year 9. But the podcast too is right now I view it as the voice for film criticism. There's so much bad film criticism out there that I feel like the Film Buff podcast is the city, the shining city on the hill, the last bastion left. But this year, my freelance work, my client work, some of my clients had to drop me because of my just not being available. My 9 to 5 factors into so much of that as well. We did get busy. Really busy within the beginning of the fourth quarter, but mostly throughout the entire third quarter. And, I do pride myself on being 24/7, being remote, but also being on site and being, just a go-to person for a lot of my collaborators with the 9 to 5. It does disrupt the flow and my scheduling of everything else. But towards the end of this year, my artwork, my drawing, my illustration, my comic book work all kicked back in. Some of my mailing went out finally. My live streaming came back. I actually started reaching out to many live streamers to get on to what they were doing. I know previously I made proclamations, this channel is an island, but I am reaching out to individuals that I feel like could benefit from an AKAPAD pop. And a lot of you out there, I just like hanging out with you guys, especially if you can teach me things, especially if you're like deeply knowledgeable in some areas. But mostly the failure of this year has been trial by fire, where I think I promised November was I would be complete by November, and I did. In the beginning of this year, I would say quarters 1 and 2, leaps and bounds in my computer coloring for that. So going into 2025, I'm just going to make a judgment call to release a additional material for that, which would be sketches and just really like all the supplemental work, because I do have a good stack of it. So like you would get like a supplemental edition, you would get the story edition, and then the original 1997 edition, but everything be black and white and just kind of be done with it at that point. UZI SUZI really grinded to a halt this year. Issue 2 went to press. Issue 2 got turned around. There was just parts of the second issue printing I just refused from the printer. First time that's ever happened. And some of it's like misunderstandings, or some of the people working, they change hands and it's not the same person touching your stuff anymore. But I have to get UZI SUZI back on track. I have maybe up until issue 6, because UZI SUZI is somewhat defined by like one epic fight scene per issue. I have like 6 like flowed out. I want to crank up on that, and then there's like 3 other comic book projects that just have been sitting in my drawer that are like right there from getting done. Earlier this year, going into 2024, December 2023, January 2024, I made promises and references to releasing more products and having things available on AKAPAD.com, and rolling AKAPAD.com and all the other elements, all these other things that I do, all these other things I'm a part of that I push, to maybe like start cross promoting and just building it all out, so you could listen to one podcast and you have full knowledge of everything else, or watch one live stream and have full knowledge of everything else. A lot of that work is complete. It's just sitting there. So some of there's been almost like the same level of production. All of you have just seen it in different areas. So going into 2025, here we go. Weekly product drops on AKAPAD.com, either digital or physical. All shipping complete. All trading cards mailed out. All original artwork, and I don't do a lot of that, but I do make promises here and there, mailed out. Trial by Fire, definitive deadline set for that. UZI SUZI, definitive deadline set for issues 2 through 6. UZI SUZI probably won't have any announcement until I have issue 2 in hand, and I got issue 3 coming. To reach out to more independent comic book creators and offer my services, let them know I'm here. I think a lot of you, if you guys care about independent comic books, you would do the same. You guys see everything that's on the website, everything that you guys see through me is made by me. All my intros, all my countdowns, all of my illustration, all my coloring, all my graphic design, it's done through me. If I do hand it off to someone, it's micromanaged, so it doesn't even matter. To get more involved with independent comic books, 1000%, because I feel like this is a break it year. I really do. I feel like for a lot of individuals, if this year doesn't happen for them, you have to rethink life. To draw more, to stream more, to appear on more streams, and to unify everything that is AKAPAD and the AKAPAD experience. All of this is obtainable. None of this is out of reach. What about my newsletter? I think for the last 3-4 years I've been promising a newsletter. That's coming. I haven't, believe it or not, I haven't went into anything with the newsletter for probably 6 or 7 months. So that will happen. Now, some of these things, as you're hearing this, I'm flying back from Cancun, going into a baller New Year's party. We gotta do things like that, guys. But but heading into a New Year's party, coming from Cancun, when you guys are hearing this, but to start 2025 with pre-recorded content, stockpiled content, targeted content. I hate the word content, but I just mean when a theme or a holiday or like a movie comes out, like full court press, to pull more of you into the AKAPAD world, to collaborate and to unify everything within AKAPAD. I think this, I am hopeful though, because I think the grounds that I made up in 2025 were a lot of areas that previously were not obtainable at all, and I lost ground even with the podcasts, for example, 2023 and 2024. This year has been a highly productive year for me, but it's not on all cylinders. I think we can complete that cycle this year. And it's all because of you guys and the way that you guys support me. It really is those comments, even if they're hate comments. It's those likes, it's those private messages, it's the friendships that spur through this effort. And I want to, with a lot of you, I want to march towards something great. I want to march towards things that people have never seen before. And yes, yes, throw down a little bit of that iron fist of truth and correct some things, quality wise, that are correctable, and then we can all move on from it. I think some of that is highly it's needed in today's independent comic book world, and to maybe even this year too get back into producing a couple movies. So keep an eye on AKAPAD.com, because we're really going to be doing so much more about AKAPAD.com. This channel will be updating AKAPAD.com, and I keep saying AKAPAD.com because that's going to be your way. If you're a creator out there and you need a production part of your whole flow, for example, if you need it fixed, if you need it looked at, if you just need some consultation on what the next move should be, that service and those examples and portfolio will be available there. So that's a lot of the four-headed vision of AKAPAD.com, which be like complete life's work, all my services represented and available. I'm talking IT and the creative stuff, to have everything trackable, meaning you can type in Wolverine and you can see literally all of my Wolverine works, my podcasts, my videos, my drawings. And the fourth one I completely forgot about. So anyway, so moving on. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me in 2024. We have so much more coming, and I am grateful. I really am.